Yo, welcome back to the House of Animation, y'all. It's your boy Jay, and today we have a great video for y'all. We want to discuss why we think Invader Zim was so ahead of his time. Invader Zim basically came at a great and also interesting time for Nickelodeon. Company wanted to go away from the typical cookie cutter children's shows that's like Rugrats, and they really want to target an older demographic. So they're like, alright, boom, let's get somebody who will give us that. They reached out to the creator named Johan Vasquez, and boom, Invader Zim was created. And you know what they say, you never know what you're gonna ask for until you get what you ask for. Invader Zim was dark, like I'm talking about dark, and that was the beauty of it. The show revolved around an extraterrestrial villain, essentially. Yes, our main character was a villain who comes to Earth to try to take over it. And unbeknownst to him, he's actually sent there by his two leaders who think he's actually inept at his job and can't do shit. So they sent him on this false mission. Give him real like Nappa, aka Goku vibes. Like, it's hilarious. Think about it. A show that revolves around an alien trying to take over the world for kids. That's dark, dog. That's dark. That's gonna attack a lot of dark concepts. Like, come on, dog. The main villain in the show, who's actually the hero, is named Dib, and that's Zim's op. And this man really wanted to put Zim on a t-shirt. Like, it's not like he said, nah, go back to where you came from. This man really wants to kill this dude. Like, these are some dark concepts that we're exploring in the show. In one of the episodes, this man Zim is going around his elementary school trying to collect body parts from kids. Like, this dude was doing some harvest on kids and taking their body parts just so he can better infiltrate the school and look a little more human-like. This man was sick on some Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. Like, this boy was sick in the head. In another episode, we see Zim taking the eyeballs out of another student's head and replacing them with artificial ones. Also in this said episode, this man makes all the social outcasts audition to be his best friend. You want to know why? Just so he can enslave them and sell them off and make some profit. This dog was sick. Instances like these were what really made me drawn to the show, because one, it was so offlandish, random, but mad dark and funny, because it was like, damn, how could y'all not see what's going on? Like, do y'all really believe this dude is not an alien? It's an alien who's invading the school under the guise of being a normal student. And you know what this man said to them when they asked, oh, why you got green skin? This man said it was a skin condition. Get the fuck out of here, Michael Jackson. We see you. You ain't slick, B. What made Invader Zim so cool was just that it did its own thing. It was filled with dark humor, and that's what made it so funny, just because it was a play on the real world. It was really depicting that life is cruel and you gonna struggle, and I think that's why I fell in love with it so much, because as a kid I understood this concept at a very young age. I will never ever forget this. In 8th grade, my 8th grade teacher used to say, life's a bitch and then you die. Man, she wasn't lying. Invader Zim also taught us that. In one of the episodes, Zim's op, Dib, is having these hallucinations. These horrifying hallucinations that are like spooking this man. So you know what he does? He tells the teacher about it. He's like, yo, teach, I'm having these hallucinations. You know what she says? She's like, bro, we all suffer. Shut your ass up and sit down. We all hallucinate. Moments like these allowed Invader Zim to resonate with me on a deeper level, because I was like, oh shit, this stuff has some meaning to it. Honestly, bro, Invader Zim just kept it funky. Like, it kept it 100. It was very real about life, and it delivered it in a sorta child-friendly way. Sorta. Not only that, this show was critically acclaimed. Like, I'm talking about, this show won some crazy awards. It won an Emmy off of like 27 episodes, because as you know, it fell victim to ratings and was canceled midway through its second season. Like, yeah, midway. They didn't even let the man finish. Like, it was crazy. The rest of season 2 eventually made its way to television, was aired, but still, like, y'all gonna cut me off on some Harrison Barnes shit?
This is being reported, folks, from Bleacher Report. Reportedly, Harrison Barnes, mid-game, is being traded to Sacramento.
It's crazy. Now, we could go on and on about speculation as to why it was canceled or why it necessarily didn't have the greatest ratings, but that's not why we're here today. We're here to talk about why it's so impactful and why it was ahead of its time. If we're comparing it to shows that were released a decade later, like Adventure Time and the regular show, you could see the inspiration, or maybe you could see how Invader Zim played an integral role in making this new formula for shows. Invader Zim only made it to like a season and a half, 2 seasons. Adventure Time and the regular show were well into their 7 seasons and very popular shows that explored darker themes and also had an underlying plot. Before Invader Zim got the can, it was giving us plot points to build up to an overall story. Usually in cartoons, we saw one-off instances of that story being self-contained within an episode. Invader Zim really was one of those first cartoons to give us an underlying plot story. Now, looking at today, that's like the norm. I'm talking like the Mushroom War from Adventure Time, with Gravity Falls, The Mystery of the Town, Steven Universe, the Gem Invasion. All this stuff is now the norm. For one thing that's for certain, we love a story that has an underlying plot point that we gotta figure out. We talking about you, One Piece. This allowed us to be more fully immersed in the story because we want to know the mystery of it. We want to know everything about it and made us want to come back to the story. Invader Zim for me was like the first to do this. Even with shows such as Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites, we see an alien invading Earth and it's dark, funny, random, offbeat plots with underlying plots and stories within stories. Invader Zim to me felt like it inspired it. And honestly, it don't get the credit it deserves. And maybe this is where TV was leading up into and Zim was just a martyr for this. But for me, we wouldn't necessarily have these shows, or maybe they wouldn't have hit different if I never had that experience of Invader Zim. And not to mention, even in the later half of season 2 on the episodes we got aired, or even season 2 in general, this thing was animated beautifully. Like the bright, vibrant colors popping out against the darker colors. It just made everything pop, and the animation style was so abstract with sharp edges. It was lit, man. It was just a perfectly animated show with a perfect concept. The way it was animated versus the content it had, like these joints went hand in hand. Like they locked up. They went hand in hand. But unfortunately, wrong time, wrong place. But that does not mean we can't give you your flowers. And if it weren't for Invader Zim, I personally think the doors would not have been opened up for some of these great shows that we have today. Truly ahead of its time, truly in the wrong era, and hopefully one day we can see Invader Zim return to the smaller screen. Now, I know we have the comics, I know we also had the recent Netflix movie in 2019, but damn, I would love to be able to just go back one day, open Nickelodeon up, and watch Invader Zim. And that's why we think Invader Zim was ahead of its time. Leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. Let us know whether you agree or disagree. And also, leave a comment on future videos that you would like to see us explore. And with that, gotta blast.